This is going to be a tour of the food forest. I realize that we just did a thing on back there on the garden, but this is a separate section. Some people think that when I'm talking about the garden, I'm talking about the food forest, but they're actually two distinct areas. This area here, the first two things, I guess you could say my grandfather started this food forest, because these two blueberry plants were planted over 40 years ago. And you'll see that they're loaded down with fruit. Some of it's getting ready to pick. Some of it probably is ready to pick. But these, yes, I do know that these need to be pruned, and that will happen. Just wait until after everything's been harvested, and then I will be pruning. It's almost like there's two layers to this. It's a mighty big blueberry tree, but it's very productive, and we'll be exploring that all in due time. And we come to some blueberry bushes that I've planted. They're not, this is the first year for them, and I have to kind of keep a watch on the pH level for the soil. Last time I checked that one, it was about 7.0, 7.0, and I'm trying to give it a regimen of cider, not cider, but vinegar and water. And the pH level on this was pretty decent. I think I put enough peat moss in there to help it grow properly, and that one as well. The one down on the end was not low enough. I think it was around 7.0. For those of you familiar with blueberries, you know it acts better, grows better in a pH level of 4.5 to 5.5. And then we have the orchard, I guess you could call it. We got 5 apple trees right here. I did plant some zucchini right here. It's golden zucchini, but I'm not sure that I've amended the soil enough to do it. And this area right through here has a tendency to be a little low in nutrients. You can tell by the areas that only has moss growing on it. And that's a golden Dorset, or Dorset Golden. And I bought that. That's from this year. I planted it to go with this tree right here. This is an Anna apple. And yes, it is producing a fruit. We've lost a few fruit off this, but it's I'm hoping this comes to fruition. That one right there is going to be a Granny Smith apple tree. And if you're interested in the different ones I have here, then go back and review the video of the tour, the first tour, and I went through each one of these and what they are. This one obviously has a few apples growing on it. I'm hoping they come to, I hope they get to harvest age or get to ripe. And I believe that was Arkansas Black there, and that one over there is going to be the Ozark Gold. Then we get into these are nectarines, and if you see that one right there, you see clustering on the leaves. I'm thinking it may be a sunlight issue, but I don't. Maybe it's an aeration issue. But those three right there, if you can see those three are all nectarines. We got those planted over here by the peaches. 2 of these are Belle of Georgia, and I think that one's an Indian cling peach, and that one's looking a little bit rough. That one right there, that Belle of Georgia, this nectarine tree here, these are the ones that have were planted last year. All the rest of them that you see in this video are going to be the new ones from this year. All right, and we do have a little bit of peach. By the way, I got some spots on these peaches. I believe that's pest. Could be a fungus or something. And yeah, we do have some issues right there. Those of you that are really good with horticulture, trees and that type of thing, fruit trees, please, if you speak up, tell me what's going on. Here's a stack of wood that we're going to be burning for a terra preta experiment. Look for a video on that in the future. And these are all plum trees. I'm a little concerned with the red leaves on the ends. I don't know if that's normal. I don't know if that's, I'm still learning about these. But all 6 of these right here, trees, are plum trees. I know this is a methley plum. And yes, I planted a few things around the base of it. I think that may be a broccoli. And we have some onions planted around that, trying to help keep pests away from it. Another methley, and I'm pretty sure that one's a methley as well. We've got, I don't know. I'm not sure what all of them are, but I'm trying to take care of them. Got some more onion down there around the bottom. These are the cherry trees. I got these. These actually, I think, originated like out in California. They're low chill cherry trees, sweet cherry trees, which is not very normal here in Mississippi. But we're going to see if they take. There are 3 different kinds. I think they came out of Dave Wilson Nursery. I've seen a few folks that have done videos on growing sweet cherry trees. I'm not sure if any of them is as far south as here in Mississippi, but we'll see. Yeah, that's all leaves there, and we're working on some leaf mold there. Put that over to the plastic over to try to help speed up. Let's take a little walk, and I've got a few more things to show you. And yeah, I know I feel like I'm spreading myself a little thin because I hadn't been taking as good a care of everything as I could. Trouble is, when you get to focusing on one, it's kind of hard to pay attention to the other. And this one is a pecan tree. This is the type that produces the male first, and yes, my leaves have been stripped by some pest, and I need to get out here. But you do also see some brand new leaves that have popped up, and hopefully, I'm hoping this thing makes it. I'm trying to figure out what to spray on it. I'm thinking either some sayonara, maybe spray it with some neem oil. If anybody has any ideas which one would be better, or both, let me know. We've got a bed over here, raised bed. You see a little pepper plant there in the corner. Some other stuff here, including some tomatoes. And one of those tomatoes looks like it may be blushing, starting to blush. Very small though. These, I believe, are, well, let's take a look. These are Romanesco Broccoli. The design of those things is just totally cool. I'm hoping these things grow and do something. I'm just worried about them making it through the summer because it's going to be hot. Always is here in Mississippi. Another pecan tree. This is a different type than the other, as far as, you've got type 1 and type 2. One produces male, and other produces female. And this particular one, I believe, is supposed to produce female. Female pollen, or whatever you call ovums. This is a potato plant that got planted here in the, in the middle of the yard, I guess. Not, I guess towards the edge. Another potato plant here in the yard. Another potato plant. Now over here to the right of that's where I'm planning on putting terra preta. At least some. Who knows? I may put it this way, from north to south or east to west. I'm not sure which just yet. Another potato plant. Another spot for a potato plant. That's another pecan tree. Now this one's supposed to produce the female, the ovums, I guess, for the male. Now the reason why I put it this way, if you'll see down that way, that's just south of here. That's where the male one is. Then we've got 2 females here. And the reason for that is fairly simple. The winds here in Mississippi have a tendency to blow mostly from the south to the north. And I figure that way at least hopefully these will get pollinated. And each one of these is 35 feet apart. And yes, that may be a little close. But that's something I don't have to worry about for 20, 25 years. Anyhow, back to the potatoes. Potatoes are supposed to be able to grow every year, be perennial. And this one obviously is producing some flowers. Those are pretty. Let's take a better look at them. That's what it looks like on a potato plant, flower. And we do have a few things out here. This is, that is a green globe artichoke. And they take up quite a bit of space. But now here you actually see a potato and a green globe artichoke side by side. I did not, at the time when I planted that green globe artichoke, the potato had not come up. And I thought, well, why waste an area that I've modified the soil or amended the soil? Well, it is what it is. And I'll probably have to tear up that artichoke if I ever want to try to get any potatoes out of there. But it is what it is. And back over here to these are yes, that's looking pretty poor. But that is a golden zucchini. And that's golden zucchini as well. I have no idea if they're going to produce anything, but we're going to try. We'll wait and see. And I probably have 5 green globe artichokes out here planted around the yard. I don't think I got to each one of them. And it's possible one of them got run over or something, mowed down or something, who knows. Anyhow, last thing, well, one of the last things, let's go take a look at this raised bed. We have, you'll notice these things here. That's obviously, for those that are familiar with it, that's going to be asparagus. And you got strawberries in there too. And we have 5 tomato plants that have popped up, and they've just kind of taken over the thing. I didn't have the heart to pull them, but I should have transplanted them early on. A little late now, but I may be very pleased with that because you'll see these have some decent looking tomatoes in there. They may be these plants are obviously bigger than the ones we have in the garden. They've been in the ground longer, I reckon. But got lots of blooms. Look at that bad boy there. That's going to be some pretty tomatoes. Lots of tomatoes on these. And yes, we have strawberries in here too. And got a little bit of pest damage there, it looks like. But they're looking good. Don't have any issue with at the moment with blossom end rot or anything. And they're going to produce a lot of tomatoes. Let's see in there. So, and I did see one strawberry. Where was it? There it is. Got a strawberry here that's ready to be picked. I think we went through and harvested quite a few strawberries the other day. They're continuing to grow. And there's a spear for some asparagus. We're going to let it continue to grow. This is the first year this is in here, so I guess the thing I'm concerned about at this point with this bed is whether or not there's enough sun for the asparagus to store energy for next year. Maybe it just won't be as prolific. Next year I will make sure that I pull any tomato plants, make sure the asparagus has plenty of sunlight. Here's a spot where strawberry tree got put in, but it's dead, more or less. So we'll see. Ornamental tree here, which if I'd have gone back, I probably wouldn't have put that there because it does block what little sun is going to come through on these blackberries. So we do have blackberries in the ground, and I did put a trellis on these as well. These are all thornless blackberries, and it's my understanding blackberries are fairly easy to grow and don't require a lot of upkeep. I just wish I'd put them in a sunnier spot. But that's 2020 hindsight. Last thing to cover, going to be back here. And these are going to be the grapes and the muscadines. To the right, these are both Concord grapes. This is their first year, so we're trying to train them up on the trellis. And hopefully they'll get hooked up soon where I can take off this nylon baling twine that's holding them up to it. Right here is a muscadine vine that's been here for quite a while, at least several years, and that was put up here by my brother Wyatt. And we went through and cut it back a little bit, pruned it, and we've added another one. That particular one is a Sweet Jenny, the one that Wyatt put up here, and Sweet Jenny only produces female flowers, so we've added one that is going to has the perfect flowers from both male and female parts, so it will make sure that that one gets pollinated. That one has produced muscadines before, but I'm not sure if it's as consistent as it could be, so that's why we added this. This particular one is what's known as a Carlos. So we've got Sweet Jenny and Carlos out here, and it looks like they're starting to attach themselves to the trellis, and I may be able to take down the stuff. And guys, I'm new at this. Fact is, I may be totally wrong in tying them up that way to try and train them. But with everything else going on, it just doesn't seem like I'm have enough knowledge on how to do everything. I'm trying to learn, but it's a process. But I'm very happy with this as well. Thank y'all again. Thank y'all for checking out my video. If you're not subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you found it interesting anyhow, if you want to follow the progress. You can hit the bell so you can get notified of any future uploads, follow the progress on any of these things, the food forest or the garden, and we'll be doing both. Also, hit the like button. Whenever you put a comment, whenever you put a like on a video, it tells the folks up there, the programs up there at YouTube, that there's interaction, and they promote those. And well, I'm not sure. That's not the most important thing to me. but it would be an added bonus. Thanks, y'all. We'll see y'all later. Bye.